I never thought I'd be the kind of person to write one of these stories. I'm not proud of everything I did, but I'm also not sorry. What they did to me, to my mother, to everything she built, they deserved worse. But I gave them just enough to make sure they'd never forget my name. This is a story about betrayal, about loss, and about revenge that took years to plan. The last normal day. My name's Emily. I was 21 when my mum died. It was sudden, a brain aneurysm, they said, no warning. One day we were having pancakes in our tiny kitchen, laughing about her new obsession with indoor succulents. And the next I was standing in a hospital hallway, holding her shoes and staring at a white sheet. She was all I had. My father died when I was little. Mum raised me alone until I was 12, when she met Richard, the man I now consider the biggest mistake of her life. Rich, charismatic, always smiling with teeth too white. He swept her off her feet and into a 5-bedroom house in Connecticut. Mum gave up her job as a high school art teacher and started painting again full-time. I was happy for her. She deserved happiness. Richard had 2 kids from a previous marriage, Tyler, then 15, and Grace, 13. They never liked me. Tyler was smug, always reminding me that I was the charity case. Grace was worse, fake sweet with my mum, but cold and cutting to me when no one else was around. I tried, I really did. But they treated me like a guest in the home my mum helped pay for. The will that wasn't Mum, and I had always been close. When I went to college, just 2 hours away, I still came home every weekend. She'd been putting money aside for me since I was 5. I knew that. She told me not to touch it unless I really needed it, and that it would be mine when the time came. That time never came. The day after the funeral, Richard called a family meeting. I still remember sitting on the leather couch, the smell of stale coffee in the air, while their lawyer, some crusty guy named Dan, read out Mom's will, except it wasn't her will. It left everything to Richard and his kids, her house, her bank accounts, even the paintings she'd made. There was no mention of me, not one word. I was stunned. Number, it didn't make sense. I knew she'd written a will 2 years ago. I saw it. She had it notarized at her bank. We talked about it. She told me, "You'll get the house, sweetheart. It's yours. It was our first real home. You'll know what to do with it." Now it was all gone. I asked about that version of the will. Dan looked at me like I'd grown another head. Richard said flatly, "Emily, your mum never updated it after we married. Maybe she intended to, but legally, well, this is what she left. Lies, all of it." Within a month, they sold the house. Within 2, they froze the college fund my mum had saved. I was told it no longer existed. Within 3, I was sleeping on a friend's couch, working double shifts at a diner to afford online community college. No lawsuit, no justice, no help. I tried to challenge the will. The lawyer said I had no standing, and Richard, he smiled like he won something. Grace blocked me on everything. Tyler posted pictures of himself in my mum's old studio, turning it into a home gym. I cried every night for a year, but one day, I stopped crying and started planning. The ember that refused to die. You don't just forget betrayal like that, you feel it, like a second heartbeat, thudding behind every conversation and every step forward. I kept quiet, kept working, kept studying. But behind closed doors, I started digging. I pulled credit reports, searched property records, requested a copy of the will from probate court, hunted down Mum's old friends, her old bank, and even the notary she used. And guess what? There was another will, a newer one, dated 14 months before she died. In it, she left the house to me, the savings, the paintings, the rights to her artwork. It had been submitted to the bank, but never made it to court. Someone destroyed it. And I was going to find out who. The new me. For the next 4 years, I rebuilt my life. New school, new city, new job. But I never let go of my old mission. I legally changed my last name, got certified as a financial assistant and digital investigator, took on freelance jobs in estate tracing. I got good at tracking money, people, records. I also started an anonymous blog, a blog where I shared the story of a young woman whose family betrayed her, forged a will, and destroyed